Everybody ready? Come on, let's go.
The Thorne Show! Let's go! The Thorne Show! Let's go!
Let's go! What's up, man? This is Rick Thorne. Welcome to my show. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm stoked because I got an awesome guest, a really good friend of mine, an amazing artist, tattoo artist, Mike Brown Jr. What are you doing?
What up, Rick? What's cracking?
Look good right now, bro.
Thanks, man. Try
Yeah.
how to get up a little bit, you know what I mean? Extra early, what I'm used to.
Yeah, you said you got up early today.
No,
You made an exception for me.
I try to, you know what I mean?
What's early, like 10 o'clock?
10:15. I had to be there at 11. If you know me, you know me.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Like Mike has an appointment at 12, you'll be here at 12:15.
That's how.
But you know what? What I do is I put overtime, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
15 minutes late, I'll throw a little extra 30, 45 minutes in the tattoo.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
That's some Axl Rose
You
shit.
know what I mean? I make it up, put it that way.
I like.
If you know me, you know me.
Exactly.
Damn right.
And we're going to get to know you this episode for sure. And that's some Axl Rose shit, because Axl Rose used to be like late for shows all the time because he wanted people to want his music. You know what I mean? And he would like purposely show up late and make the crowd wait because he wanted people to, well, that's something I read, or he was just out of his mind.
I don't do it intentionally. It's just, I'm like the little fucking Alice in Wonderland rabbit. That just, I'm running late. I tried to change it. I said this year, you know what I mean? 2025.
Yeah.
I try to be on time.
I saw something today when I was driving here that it said people that are late are actually more successful.
I always just
Because
say,
they're consumed with their careers or something.
yeah, or you just really work good under pressure.
Or you just eat a lot of potato chips and you just can't move fast.
Or J&S late at night.
Yes.
It's the only thing that's open when I get out of the shop. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
they get so many stupid things online. There's always something that's bad for you,
Yeah.
or like there's a recall of this, or one day broccoli's bad for you.
Oh, yeah.
Has tattooing ever been bad for you?
No, honestly, fuck,
No.
I love what I do. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, you have a roller coaster. You have ups and downs.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if you know what I mean, you gotta be a survivor through it. You know.
Yeah.
You just gotta just be able to grind through it. You know. Be a hustler.
You have
Nowadays, people just expect walk-ins to come in like the way it was back in the days. Like when I used to be with my dad at the shop, I remember there was like, 15 people waiting in the lobby.
to. Really?
You know, yeah. Shit, Shamrock days back in the days. you know what I mean?
Walk-ins were like, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was wild. But now times have changed.
It's all appointment-based. Huh?
Appointment-based, but you gotta be a hustler. You know what I mean?
Well, there's more tattoo artists probably, too, now.
Oh yeah, you gotta remember back in the days you couldn't find all the information you can find now.
Yeah.
You couldn't buy. You know what I mean? Just everything was just you had to know somebody to get something.
It wasn't accepted neither as much.
No, hell no.
See, I through my own experience with this, we rode bikes in like the backyards, and we were just like these little white trash kids riding bikes, right, causing trouble, and people hated us. They didn't understand what we did. But the second we got on TV, those same people wanted our autograph. I felt like tattooing was like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, these guys work at carnies, or they're in the penitentiary, or they're in gangs. The second I got on TV, it became like this thing.
Yeah,
Did you see it change like that?
Kind of. You know what I mean? I just seen tattooing just evolving from when I was a kid, being around my dad, you know, and fucking running around, and then seeing how it is now. You know.
Yeah.
With everything changes though. You can even say that with music. You could say that with writing. You know what I mean? Everything. But you just gotta learn how to adapt.
Yeah. Well,
know?
everything's changed a lot because of the internet,
Oh, yeah.
obviously. Yeah.
But it's funny though because you know, you get the ones that be like, oh, you know, that are not willing to change. But I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be left behind.
Oh, those are the stubborn old farts.
Oh, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say that, but we'll just say, you know.
It's like my mom. I don't know how to do this texting shit.
Yeah, but you know, I just say, you know, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, no,
No.
for sure. But you grew up. To everyone out there, Mike Brown Jr. Your dad is an OG legend tattoo artist, one of the early guys, inventors of the black and gray style.
Yes.
Revolutionary for tattooing. Just briefly, like, what was that like growing up in that environment as a kid?
It was fucking cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just always wanted to be around my dad.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, my mom and my dad, they split when I was younger. You know, my dad, you know, lived in Huntington Beach. You know, and I would go down there and go visit. But for the most part, every time I was with them, it was always in a shop.
Yeah.
I remember, I can't even remember how many shops I went into with him, but he would pick me up, sit me down, give me a piece of paper, give me a marker and draw. I remember one time, dude, I'll never forget. I think this was at, I forgot what shop. But he sat me down, he's like, here, do your name. And I'm probably like, maybe like 7 or 8. And I'm sitting there and I'm drawing, but I'm drawing with a fucking Sharpie. And I'm sitting there so close to it, and I'm drawing, and I'm just like, fuck, 15 minutes into it, I'm like, dude, I'm starting to feel fucking dizzy. But what it was, I'm inhaling all the fucking marker. I don't even know if it was a Sharpie or if it was another marker. And then I look at my dad. I'm like, Dad, I need to go outside. And then all his friends, they looked at me. They're like, dude, Mike's out of it. And
The markers.
yeah, they're like, and then they seen the marker. They're like, dude, he's huffing markers. I remember I had to go outside, and I'm just looking outside like that. My dad's like, here's $20. Go get something from Taco Bell.
That's why I got a Sharpie sponsor.
Yeah, well, whatever shop it was, Taco Bell was right next to it. And he was like, here a meal.
Yeah, you probably went. That's a funny story, dude. You probably went to a lot of like cool shops,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
like legend shops, right?
Yeah.
Like Good Time Charlie's. Stuff?
No, my sister was around that time.
Oh, she was. Okay.
Yeah, my sister.
What about Tattoo Land? That was before.
Tattoo Land, I went to Tattoo Land.
You did, yeah.
You know, Shamrock, all these, legendary shops,
Yeah.
But just being around my dad was just, every opportunity I had, I was just like, oh, it was the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of created. We're going to talk a lot more about that and get to know a lot about you. But I wanted you to tattoo me on the show.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know me.
So we set up some stuff here.
You don't have to twist my arm to do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, you could call me at 1 o'clock in the morning.
And
Anybody knows me.
I
I'm
get a
late night
free
Mike.
tattoo today too, though.
Yeah, damn right.
Not everybody gets this treatment, so don't even think about it.
Hey, and if you know, you know. You don't get shit from me for free.
Hey, let me ask you that. If someone says, "Hey, man, I want to do a tattoo," and you draw something, you got to charge them for that.
I don't draw it no more. I just wait for them to come.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because there's
So that
a lot,
takes your time, right?
Yeah, because I'm wasting my time at night. But don't get me wrong, I love drawing. I'll sit there and I'll draw at night.
But if you draw something, someone's like, "I want to get this tattoo,"
but
and
honestly,
then they change their mind. It's like, dude, I just burnt my night drawing your shit.
70% of the time, they
Yeah.
change their shit. They're
That's
just
why
like,
you get a deposit, probably.
Yeah, I don't really. I ask for deposits for the ones that have canceled before.
Yeah.
So I hate to say it, but if you get a deposit, it's because you canceled on me before.
Yeah.
But if not, you know what I mean? Like I look at how all the OGs do it. You know what I mean? A lot of the OGs will be like, dude, if it's word of mouth. My
Yeah.
dad never got a deposit. You know, I remember the only time he got a deposit was at the shop that required it.
Right.
But for the most part, you know what I mean? It was, no, you just go based on word. If they're gonna come, they want a tattoo, they're gonna come.
Yeah.
And if not, they're not gonna come. You know, and you deal with that.
Yeah. My one friend, he tattoos. He's like, I drew this thing, and then they bailed on me, and I was
Yeah.
like, you should start asking for like your time to draw that.
Well,
you
what
know?
I end up doing is I end up putting it out there and be like, no call, no show, design up for grabs. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. Well, what, you know, I was gonna charge $800. Fuck, I'll do it for $600.
Got it.
And tell that guy, you know what? Now you owe me $100 deposit. And you know what I mean? But you know, it comes with the territory. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For the most part, I'm not the type that holds a grudge. I'm just like, hey, it is what it is. I understand family things come about. You know.
Yeah. You can't.
Things
you can't.
change. That's
Yeah.
why I don't like to book too far out. I do like 2 weeks to a month because in case if shit, I want to leave, I want to go somewhere, I'm not rescheduling with somebody because I know people's lives revolve around, you know, people work a job 9 to 5 and they got to
Yeah.
request time off from work. And it's fucked up when you're like, oh, I'm looking forward to my appointment, but then the guy calls and says, hey, can we reschedule? Because I'm going to be out of town. You're just like, dude. So I rarely like to do that.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think some people probably like react and be like, I want to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
And then they think about it and then they're
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do that.
Well, that's why I like doing walk-ins. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or not even walk-ins. They're called call-ins now because everyone's so fucking lazy. No one wants to come in. Everyone's like, hey, you take
Are you
the walk.
serious? People call in.
I call them call-ins now.
They don't walk in.
Yeah, and then you got to be all over, like, you got to be a hood rat on social media now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
That's
then-
that's another thing, you know what I mean?
But that creates business though.
No, you have to.
Yeah, like
I'm
even
just
like
saying
right
this.
now, getting your name out there, the podcast through like
Well-
social media, it brings attention to you and your style.
Well, for the
so
record,
it
this is
helps.
my first podcast. Rick got me out of my comfort zone.
Is it your first?
It's my first. Well, I did one. That's right. Yeah, it's my boy Rick. Fuck yeah. First of many. So, you know what I mean? If you want to get me on your podcast.
That doesn't mean you get a free tattoo.
No, you're damn right. No.
Listen, we set up a shop.
Okay, let's do it.
We set up a shop here. You know,
Yeah,
just
we're,
kind of keep it semi
okay.
legit. You got the what is this
I
called?
got that bishop. Oh, hey, okay, Dad, the bishop one.
The bishop. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
In the house.
Just touch the top part. Don't touch the bottom. We're good, though.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then tattooing gives me anxiety. I tattooed JoJo Ackerman. I thought, man, this would be easy. And then
Shit, man, next time you're going to tattoo me then.
dude, it'd be like,
I'll fucking make you
this
put,
is
I'll put
horrible.
RT. You can't fuck that shit up.
There you go.
You fuck that shit up, then hey.
Okay.
All right, so are we going to start right now?
Yeah,
or
we
what?
are. But listen, this is what we did. We got So my buddy drew this. Bobby draws skulls out there. Bobby, you're the bomb. He drew this little skull, right? This dude. with his hat up, my Stay Rad hat. Because I saw a lot of these hats, right, that I make. And so I want you to tattoo the skull with the hat right here.
I got to put on my other spectinators right now.
Oh, now I can do tattooing.
Now
Yeah.
I'm not. Now I'm not Mike.
This mother.
I'm Michael.
What is that, Halloween or some shit?
Michael Myers. That's funny because I keep it real. I don't act like somebody I'm not. You're gonna, you know.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to be a chameleon.
I act like something I'm not all the time.
You know, one thing that does suck is putting on these fucking gloves when you have a sweaty hand.
Let me ask you something.
Speak to me.
Remember you used to go to the physical and they would hold your testicles and you'd cough and the doctor would be like, oh, you might have this, you might have that. Was the doctor like Yoda? How the fuck does he know?
Kind of like rescheduled.
How do you know, though? Seriously. How would you know by holding someone's...
I don't know.
And you cough... Because put on the gloves, give me some flashbacks right there.
That's a question.
How would you fucking know?
We could call my wife.
Are you
Are
you that? But I'm just saying, are you that like Jedi?
No, you know what it is? It's like cough.
I don't buy that shit.
No,
I don't
no,
care.
no,
I'll
no,
hold
no.
your balls and cough.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
buy
you
that
this. You know
shit.
what it is? They need a fucking trip. They need to go to the Bahamas. So here, cough. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Let's give you some medicine.
Well, now they don't do that with physicals with kids now.
Oh yeah.
No, you know what they do?
What do they do?
They just check. It's almost like, dude, seriously, let me see your hands. Ready? Let me see your hand. Put both your hands out. Push up. Okay, now turn the other way. Now pull up. Okay. I'm serious. It's like that. Open up your mouth, your ears. That's it. I remember my son got a physical when he was younger, and the doctor was like, bend over.
Yeah.
He was like,
That's
what the fuck?
That's fucking horrible.
What is the problem? But I like the new way better than the old way. I'm just saying those gloves brought back memories, bro.
Yeah, that's scary.
Anyways.
Yeah,
You know, hey, I'm just putting it out there that, like, I don't see how someone could be that inclined to know. You know what I mean? So work with you, like, let me see your foot. Let me see your foot. Put your foot up here. Ready? Cough. Oh, you got athlete's feet.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
All right.
That's how stupid it sounds, because it's stupid. Or am I stupid?
You know what?
Don't even answer
We'll
it.
just say this. What did I tell you earlier? Silence is golden. So I'll just
Yeah, that's my problem. I need to shut up.
I keep my mouth shut on this one.
No, you can't. This podcast is supposed to be about you.
well, yeah,
not
it is,
not
no,
getting.
it is about me, you know. But
Yeah. So you're using the Da Vinci's.
this is the Bishop One. Everyone, you know what I mean? I would just say, game changer for me. Now, I don't have to set up about 6, 7, 8 machines when I'm doing something, and if I want to use, you know, 5, 6 different needle groups, then I do it.
Are you good with this audio right there, Jeff?
Yeah, we'll adjust it a little bit as we get done.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get tattooed. I always hate getting tattooed. It hurts. I'm trying to be a tough guy. People ask you which would hurt the most. I'm like, all of them.
Yeah.
They all hurt.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Even Jack Rudy said, you know, if tattooing was fucking easy or if, you know, didn't hurt, every pussy would have one. You know, rest in peace, Jack Rudy, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck.
Absolutely. That was a hard one.
Yeah, that was man. That's why, you know, we had something scheduled last week, and I was just like, dude, I need a little bit of time. Jack worked with my dad and good friends with them. And
Old schooler.
old school, yeah. Keep it old school. And that's why I'm blessed to be working with who I'm working with today. You know, Freddie Negretti.
Yes, that's the shop. That's the shop he works at. It's called Hollywood Vatican. Freddie Negretti is another OG, black and gray, amazing tattoo artist, like beast. All right, come here.
Grandmaster.
This first one always hurts, dude. I hate it.
does, yeah. I just see. I think we might have to adjust this a little bit.
Why did you tease me? We're gonna hit it, and then you did it.
Well, yeah. Hit it and quit it.
Oh gosh, this sucks. So did you think growing up, I guess the reason we talked earlier about how you grew up with, you know, your dad and his, who he was, is like, did you say, oh, I'm going to be a tattoo artist one day as well?
No, I just always wanted, honestly, growing up and being around it, I always wanted to be. And
Why is
but I
that?
just-
Because the lifestyle or because the art of it?
I just wanted to be like my dad. You know what I mean? My dad was always in my eyes, was fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, dude, my dad does fucking cool shit. And,
Yeah,
you know, and as you grow up, you know, you're inspired by your parents, you know?
right.
And, yeah, I was always into art. My first thing I got into was graffiti. I loved graffiti art. Started when I was maybe 8 years old. Had my first taste of picking up a spray can and writing on the wall. And I was like, whoa, this is fucking cool. And then,
Because of the expression of it, or is it the rebelliousness of it, or?
I think it's just more
of
of
it.
the, the rush that I got, and just being able to live on that, the crazy side. And just, I don't know, growing up where I was, in East LA, I was really influenced by just, the area. And then the
Right.
artwork too, in early 90s, graffiti was really big. So.
So then, where did you make the transition from saying I'm going to be graffiti to where you're at now with tattooing?
Well, it didn't happen, overnight. I was working a 9 to 5. I was truck driving for maybe like 8 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before
Like across the country kind of thing?
No, I was working for HD Supply.
Okay.
And
What is that? What is that?
Home Depot. Home Depot
okay.
Supply.
Oh, I don't know the codes here.
Yeah, well,
HD. Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm speaking.
Is it high definition or what?
Yeah, that's what everyone thought too.
Yeah, but graffiti style of graffitiing is different than like what your tattoo style is.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you had to like transition. You had to make those adjustments. But my my first taste was graffitiing, and then I always wanted to be a tattooer. But my pops, when my son was 20, or not my son, when I was 23, my son was like 2. My dad wanted me to go down there and go to Hawaii with him and go learn how to tattoo, but I just couldn't leave my boy. I just told him, I said, Pops, maybe when you come back, we'll figure something out, which I kind of regret, because I just, it was an opportunity that I kind of like feel like I missed. But I would
Was that
say
his idea, or was that something he saw in you where he's like, oh, he could be a tattooer as well?
it was more like he seen that. I feel like that he probably would have taught me a lot younger, but for the most part, he was like, he knew I was a little knucklehead growing up,
Right.
and maybe he just felt like it wasn't the right thing for me to do at the time.
Got it.
And then as I matured, I had my boy. Then he was more like, all right, I think it's time is now. But I was a little bummed because I always felt like I missed that train of not being able to become a tattooer. But it was wild because, like I said, I was truck driving, and my manager at the time went on a ride along with me. And he seen my name. He was like, Mike Brown. He's like, I know that name from somewhere. And this dude, was all covered up, didn't have no, he was sleeved up, had his, long sleeve shirt, didn't have no tattoos exposed. And then we were making a joke like, oh, you're probably thinking of the Laker coach that we had. And he was like, no, man. He's like, so that name sounds familiar. And then it was funny because as soon as he turned around like this,
You saw one of your
I
dad's
seen-
tattoos?
No, I seen a tattoo coming off the side of his neck, like. And then that's when I just said, I'm like, oh, you probably know my dad, dude. And then he looked at the paperwork again. He's like, what? And he knew the industry, and he's like, wait, what the fuck?
Crazy.
He's like, you're Mike Brown Jr.? He's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing truck driving? And that's when my dad had already passed, and I'm just like, oh, my dad passed, you know what I mean? And I was supposed to learn from him, and I just, I never really got that opportunity to sit down and can say like, oh, I apprenticed under my dad.
Because you just weren't ready yet.
Yeah, I feel like he
Or you thought you weren't ready.
No, I think he thought that I wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Like, at that time, you got to remember, tattooing was crazy. It was a wild lifestyle.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I think he was just more worried about me because I was a knucklehead. I got busted when I was 12 years old for some stupid shit, and he was just more worried about me. I think he was just waiting for me to be a little bit more mature.
So do you think tattooing's mellowed out, calmed down with that, with the wild side of things?
It's always gonna be there.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of the person's mindset when they come in.
Yeah.
You have people that still fucking act like 20-year-olds, but they're fucking 50 or 60.
Do you think that's because it's like you make money? Because tattooing is a lot. There's a lot more money in tattooing now, right?
I think there was more money before because of, what I mean?
There's less.
Yeah, well, because there was less tattooers. You got to remember there was only one tattooer for like maybe, I remember like they would say like every 50 miles. Because if you open up a tattoo shop next to another one, that motherfucker was gonna get burned
Shut down. Oh,
That
I
shit
know. Yeah.
Trust me, there was there was a lot of politics.
Yeah, they'll kick you to the curb. Yeah.
And there's still a lot of politics now that are getting broken to this day. But it is what it is.
People know to keep their distance.
Yeah, but it's just.
But it depends on where that is, because I don't see that. Like say Hollywood, let's say.
Yeah.
There's shops. There's a lot more shops that are close by than normal.
Yeah, but I
But
think
that's because it's Hollywood.
Yeah, that area is not regulated. But like, say for instance, Sunset, like there's not that many shops that are around there.
No.
Like you got, Shamrock, which was there before.
No, it's the Hollywood Vatican.
Now it's the Vatican. Freddie Negretti's Hollywood Vatican.
Yep.
Franco Vescovi's. But then you had Tattoo Mania, but then you didn't have another shop until you hit those areas where, there's just pretty much it was like a free for all.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
I went down to San Diego the other day, and dude, I was in PB, and there was like fucking a shop, like one shop, and you go down 5 buildings, and then another shop, and then you go across the street. There was like 7 shops on one fucking block, and I'm like, and you can tell which ones were the flower pot shops, as I like to call them. And
What does that stand for? What do you mean? No roots.
No nothing. Like there's no nothing. You go into and it's just like you're going into like a, I don't know, blank place. Like there's nothing on the wall. There's no artwork. It's just more like this. We call them like art studios in a sense, but then you got the tattoo shops where you walk in and you got flash and it's a vibe. I tell everybody.
It's a 100% vibe.
It's a fucking vibe.
Yeah. You got to make, because your tattoo's going to be there forever. You want to have the right vibe when you're getting it, right?
Well, I'm telling you this right now. I tell people this. When I'm doing the tattoo on you, I'm not only giving you something, but I'm putting an energy into you. People don't understand that.
That's why I'm getting tired as fuck right now.
Yeah, because I'm fucking tired, Rick.
I'm telling you, I'm like, I can't even fucking keep my head up.
Rick,
it's crazy.
Rick, you know how early I got up for you today?
Yeah, you got up 10 minutes earlier.
Damn right. Hey, I'm telling you this right now. Like, hey, I'm like a diamond. I work under pressure.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's like my phrase. If anybody that talks to me, I'm like, dude, like, why are you always late? Oh, I work better under pressure.
There you go.
They're like, you like to make an excuse for yourself, huh? If that's what you like to call it.
So check it out. So you started tattooing, and then everyone has different styles of tattooing. I don't know if people out there know this. They might or might not. Some people are good at portraits. Some people are good at certain lettering or certain style or traditional or, right, Japanese style, this, that, whatever. What was it like when you first started tattooing? Did you say, I wanted to be a specific style, or did you not know?
Oh, lettering.
Lettering?
That's what got me going.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what kept me busy.
Is that your big thing you like to do a lot of?
If I had, everyone asked me, and I get the question asked me a lot, like, if you had one style to do, what would it do? I'd be like, letters all day.
Yeah?
Yeah. I loved lettering. Like, even when I was a kid, I used to, everyone was not handwriting, but printing. And, like, I would write my essays, and I would always do calligraphy. And I just remember my teacher telling me when I was real young, she was like, Mr. Brown, you got some beautiful writing. She's like, that might take you somewhere one day.
She could see you now.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Tattooing on the Rick Thorne show.
Miss Luster, I wish she was probably like 60 at the time. So she'd probably be 90,
But she's still alive.
If she's still alive, Miss Luster.
Tattoo her.
Yeah, you made me, you turned me into a tough cookie, because, man, you're one tough teacher.
Was she?
Fuck yeah, she was. Miss Luster Buster.
If she said right now, hey, I'm 90, I want a tattoo, what would you tattoo?
Like, hey, let me know, I got you.
Like a bingo card or something?
Yeah, like I'll even go down to you, Miss Luster.
So lettering was your jam, right?
Lettering was my jam. That kept me busy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like when I first started, everyone was just like, dude, do my name, do this, and it's like.
So I would take it that's still what you're big on now, then, right?
Yeah, like if I, like that's what I do. Like I'll sit down and like if I don't want to, say, draw anything, I'll just sit there and I'll just start doing different letters, different shapes, and. Right. But it's more calligraphy. I love calligraphy because you could throw, like style. You could throw energy into it.
Right.
I'm big. If you know me, I'm big on that. It's life's more than what we see right here. But that's for another podcast.
No, we can talk about that right now. So what do you mean? So life. So say that again. Life is more than what we see right now.
Yeah, life is. You know what I mean? Everybody.
What do you mean by that?
For the most part, like. We get trapped in this this physical mindset, and in reality it's like we're all energy. You break you down to the smallest molecule. What are you? You're just a vibration. Well,
they do say like when you die, energy goes into something else.
Oh yeah,
because it's energy, right?
Yeah, well,
that's why I believe in ghosts. If you can't let go, I've encountered several ghosts going to pools and stuff, bro.
I believe it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
So
believe it.
energy doesn't die.
No, it's like
So-
the internet. It's like this, okay? Your computer breaks. The fucking internet don't go anywhere. It just goes into your phone now. Or it just goes into your TV. So what it
true.
does, it just transmutes, you know?
So then if that's the case and energy doesn't die, we could have been something else before we are now.
Well, honestly, I think if you ask me, and I'm not 100% sure, I'm not no goddamn Michael Damas, but if you, but if you ask me, I feel like that we have past lives, and then there's going to be present lives, and what you do on this lifetime will jeopardize where you're going to go into your next. And
So this could be my reincarnated life.
maybe,
I could have been a spider.
maybe.
Whoa,
Who knows what you could have been?
bug out on that. Dude.
I read. When I was truck driving, I used to read a lot of, or not read, but listen to a lot of books.
Yeah.
And one book that I read was, or listened to, I keep saying read, was One So Many Lives. And that book, it was short. It was like an hour and a half. But for the most part, it literally like was talking about how this one hypnosis put this lady under, and I don't want to spoil the book, but she had many. They put her into like this deep hypnotherapy, and through all like everything she was saying, the doctor was writing down all these notes and stuff, and come to find out that, you know, she was talking about past lives, about her living, you know, a life as a male, and then, you know, and living life as a, you know, female, and then just certain situations, and then because she was dealing with anxiety and all this depression, and with hypnotherapy they try to go into the subconscious mind,
Yeah.
you know, so the shit that we don't have control over. But then he ended up going more deep than what he thought he was, and she started talking about lives in like the 18th century and then the 14th century, and he started like writing down all these notes, and then like just researching it, and everything that she was saying was true, and it just trips him, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah, it
basically-
trips you out. But you know, you said something. You actually have more control over your subconscious mind than you think.
Oh yeah, you gotta. The thing
Because
is,
you got to learn to talk to it, bro. Like your
Tap into
subconscious mind never goes to sleep. It only gives you what you think, say, what you feel, and it reacts on that. It doesn't know the difference. The subconscious mind is crazy.
yeah.
Hey, so real quick,
Speak
change
to
the beat here real quick.
Speak to me.
So you outlined it, and now you changed the needles. So let's just people know, if you don't know much about tattooing, just kind of help you educate a little bit. This is a shading. How many needles is this?
This one right here, I'm using a 7-round shader.
And the first one was like one
No,
or
the
three?
first one was a single.
A single needle. So that's
Yeah.
like, do a lot of people still do that style with like
Yeah.
the portraits and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Because I know some people say, oh, that tattoo's going to bleed all into one because there's no borders.
Well, yeah. It's a lot of people now. The line work is lost. You know, everyone wants to do these tattoos, but there's no line work.
Got it.
And I feel like, you know,
You need the line work.
you need the line work to hold everything together within time, because your body absorbs the ink.
And it'll start to blend and mush.
Yeah, and then
into
everything
one.
will just look like one big fucking mush.
Got it.
So-
So you think that's a big problem with a lot of these portraits people are doing, you think, huh?
I don't, you know what I mean?
The realistic
I don't
portraits,
Really,
I'm like, it looks like
I'm
so
nobody-
realistic. I'm like, what? No
I'm-
lines?
I'm nobody to say anything because I'm not even at that level yet. So I'll stay in my lane. But what I'll say is that like, if I did that type of style, I would make sure that, you know what I mean, that I put some nice lines in it.
Yeah, because it doesn't fall out
Yeah, you
or
know.
bleed into one, right?
Yeah, like if you know my style, like my thing is line work. I love to make sure my lines are fucking nice and crisp. And I know some dudes that are just like, oh no, the line work is, you know, we could hide that shit with some shading, which is cool.
Right.
But no, man, you don't do the customer any justice.
So what was it like? Let me ask you this: when you first started tattooing, did you tattoo on yourself to practice, or how did you practice? Did you just go like to the homies? Like how do you start something like that? Because I mean, it's a tattoo.
Well,
you know
what? I'll be honest. I didn't do the standard, apprenticeship. I kind of started late, and I was just around all the guys, and had a couple OGs that said, "Dude, just go fucking tattoo your homies. Like, you ain't got time to wait." But it's not like if I wasn't around the shops, and if I was.
No, I get that, but I'm
I
saying
started
like,
really late.
no, not yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying like your first, whether you started early or late or whatever.
No,
right?
no. But this is
Your
where,
first
this is where,
tattoo.
No, this is where I'm getting to. Is that I had all these dudes that were lined up, like, dude, when you do your first tattoo, hit me up. I want to, I want to be your first one, or you know, your first 10. And then after that, once I put my first tattoo out, which I tattooed my cousin Adrian, you know, he was just like, Primo, I want to be your first tattoo. And he's done a lot. Me and him, we grew up in the streets together. We've done a lot of crazy shit. And I was like, all right, dude, I'll do your name on you. And I did his neighborhood. And it's fucking crazy.
What's the name of his neighborhood?
The name of his neighborhood is Sangra, San Gabriel.
Okay. Where'd you do it at?
On his knee, above his leg.
Got
And it was funny, though, because I'm fucking, you know, it's my first one. I'm all excited, you know. I didn't have no stencil stuff. I'm like, fuck it, we're going to go old school. We're going to use the fucking speed stick. And I bought the wrong fucking stencil paper. So when I put it on him, it just didn't stick for shit. I'm like, and then I started to panic, and then I started to sweat, like, oh no, what the fuck? And then I thought, okay, I'm just gonna get a marker and I'm just gonna draw it on him, you know. Came out good, you know what I mean? I was able to go back and fix it, but
What was that like the first time you touched the skin with the gun?
with the machine,
With the machine, I mean, yeah, with the machine.
that was just like, it was fucking amazing. I just told myself, like, yeah, I could do this shit for the rest of my life.
You remember that?
And,
remember it,
yeah,
right?
and then not even that. It was more like when I did this, it was like a piece of my dad came back in with me, you know?
Got it.
You know, that's where it really comes down to, is where, you know, I miss my dad, man. Like,
I bet.
Like, my dad was my dad, and, you know, he was out there, you know, he lived far away from me, and then when things were supposed to get better, you know, he passed away. But for the most part, like doing this, I get a piece of him with me.
Yeah, do you feel
You
like
know.
you're carrying the legacy?
Yeah, and then
In a
at that
sense,
same
whether-
yeah, of course,
Yeah.
and I always say that, like, I talk to him, you know.
Yeah.
I'm big on prayer. I'm big on, you know, and I speak to him and I say, Dad, I hope I'm over here making you proud. You know,
Oh,
I
you
always
are, you are,
always
for sure.
wanted to, you know, just work right beside him. And
Got
I never
it.
got that, you know. But the best part is that, you know, I got his, you know, his friends, his people he worked with. I'm blessed to have Freddie with me. You know.
And Freddie worked a lot with him back then in the day, right?
Yeah, well, they worked together at Good Time Charlie's.
Didn't
And
they
my dad would always say, too, it's funny, because every time I wanted to get a tattoo, he would always be like, go see Freddie. Freddie will take care of you. Go see Freddie. And then he would always say, go see Boo Boo. You know, his son.
Oh yeah, Boo Boo's great.
His son's really fucking good. And I'm like, all right. So then after that, you know what I mean? Me and Boo Boo, rest in peace. We had built this relationship from day one, and rest in peace, Boo Boo, man.
Absolutely.
And that's another, you know, just the thing is being around, like, everybody that, you know, that meant something to you. You
Right.
know, like, I'm working in the shop that I got my first tattoo at. You know, my dad did my grandfather's name on my back. He made me wait till I was wanted to make me wait till I was 21.
What year was that? Was I there that night? I was always at the show.
Maybe. There was a lot of people.
Yeah.
He slapped the shit out of my tattoo when he was done. I'll never forget that day. He was
They
like,
don't. Do people still do that? I got smacked all the
Yeah,
time.
I'm pretty
Are you
sure.
gonna smack this one after?
With the glove on, yeah, but he did it without his glove.
You can do it without the
Fucker.
glove, bro. I'm a big
Nah,
boy. Come on.
No, man, I want it to heal good. I ain't taking a chance,
Come
man.
on.
No, man.
Live a little,
No,
Mike. Just
man.
smack that shit.
Yeah, all right. If you say so, Rick.
One time I got a tattoo on my back. It says "I fly solo with the eagle,"
Uh-huh.
because me and Wee Man were on tour, and some kid had this written on his shirt, and I shot a photo, and I got it tattooed on for this TV show, and Wee Man went with me because I wanted him to smack it, and he smacked it so fucking hard. Oh my gosh, started bleeding. Those were the days. You got a
Yeah.
tattoo? Oh, let me see your tattoo. That's
Yeah.
cool. Whack on the neck. You're like, you
Fuck.
fucking. They just quit doing that. Everybody got
That's horrible.
soft. They
That's
got
horrible.
soft.
That sounds painful.
So back to tattooing. So your first tattoo, your first time you hit, you're like, I'm gonna do this. How long was it? Were you jonesing to do another one? Is that how
Oh yeah,
it is?
dude. I
Like,
wanted to do another one the next. Like, I was like, dude, who's next?
Is that
And
that's
then
how it
after
is?
that,
Huh?
yeah. And I was still working my 9 to 5.
Right.
And I was tattooing on the side, working 9 to 5, and then that's when fucking COVID hit. And I was like, fuck, I'm never like tattoo shops were closing. I just was like, dude, I don't ever think I'm gonna fucking, you know what I mean? Did I miss the train? But I was still doing it on the side. People were still hitting me up like, dude, like, you still doing work out of your house? I'm like, yeah. Then I had this little studio I was working at with a friend, and then I was just like, dude, I need to get into a fucking shop.
Yeah.
And then Frank Ball hit me up. And
Who's that?
Another old school tattooer.
I don't know him.
Oh, you gotta know him, man.
Maybe I have.
Yeah, you have to know him.
I'm sure I probably met.
Frank Ball, man, he plugged me into my first tattoo shop.
Which was?
Carpe Diem in Montebello.
Okay.
I worked with Greg Milan. And yeah, dude, it was fucking cool because he was like, hey, man, I see you know you're working different places. He's like, are you looking for a shop? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, go see my boy Greg. I go, he'll hook you up. Just tell him I send you. So then I went over there, and then I walked in the shop, and Greg was tattooing, and I just remember pulling up to the front of the shop, and I was just like, man, this is it. Like, I'm gonna start my fucking career right now. Like,
crazy.
and I was still working a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? And then, so what I would do is I would work. I would drive for HD. I would go in at fucking 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I would work till like fucking 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Go home, take a shower, go straight to the shop, work late at night. You know, that place was jamming too. Like, it was right there off of Garfield, or it still is. You know, right off of Garfield and the 60 freeway. So, but there was a lot of stuff that was like literally like a lot of 24-hour places. So it was just, business was always pumping out of there. And so I was just there tattooing as late as I could, and then go 2-3 hours of sleep, and then go back and do it again. And
Do you? Yeah, that's what. I mean, that's how you got to do it, bro.
Yeah.
You got to grind it. People got to understand that. It's not like they just see the instant. You know, like, oh, it takes work, takes time. Do you feel like you have to not live up to, like, you know, to carry on what your dad did, but do you feel like you have to prove yourself in a certain way?
No. I just, you know what I mean? Like, my thing is, I've learned that from the beginning, and even just when you see other people that have successful parents, is you build your own legacy. You know what I mean? I think my dad, like, if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Right.
You know, my dad gave me that head start 1,000%. But it doesn't take away from the work that I put in. You know,
still got to put in your work.
You still got to put in the work, because if I tattoo like shit, there's no way I'm going to be sitting where I'm sitting at right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't take that away. And some people are like, oh, you don't give yourself enough credit.
When you were younger, did they ask you, like, oh, you got a tattoo as well?
Oh yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean. A lot.
Before you did, because the reason I ask people always ask me, they go, "Oh, does your son ride bikes?" And when I tell them they don't, it's almost like they get upset with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna force him to ride a bike. If he doesn't want to ride it, he's not gonna ride it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, not really. You know what I mean? Like, I had a couple family members like, hey, you're gonna tattoo like your dad, and you know, like I said, I just thought that I had missed that train, and I was just like, oh, I don't know, maybe, but you know,
but you didn't.
No, I didn't. How no? And that's why I tell everybody, you know, if you really want something, you just gotta put your mind to it and just fucking go and get it, and have zero distractions. You know.
Yeah, you gotta believe in yourself. I tell my son that all the time. It doesn't. I even say like, it doesn't even matter what I believe.
No.
It's what you believe.
Well, really, honestly,
even though I'm his biggest fan, I'll just say, like, you got to believe in yourself.
100%.
Because without that, you don't got anything.
Like my son, I would drop him off to school every morning, to high school, and my son's back-to-back all CIF for sure high school, all back-to-back defensive player of the year, but a lineman, defensive tackle. Never, you know what I mean? It's never been done in, you know what I mean, in like Almont League or whatever.
Awesome.
But I kept on putting that shit in his head every fucking day. I drop him off. I'm like, back-to-back champion, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Back-to-back, back-to-back, all CIF. And he was like, yeah. You know, we didn't get the championship, but I'll be honest, we were pretty fucking close. You know, but I said, individually, you kicked ass, dude.
Yeah.
But it's where it comes down to is just putting your mindset to it and believing in yourself, but putting in that fucking work and not expecting things to come to you easily. You know, you're gonna have your ups and your downs, but if you could get through that shit, you know, I feel like, you know, you're working. You know, you're working to where you need to be.
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of the TikTokers, and the whole like instant like, oh man, you know, not to put anybody on blast. I'm just saying that things change so much with the instant like kind of fame and the
Oh
instant,
yeah.
like,
Well, nobody wants to fucking.
less like you got to have a skill set. You know what I mean? Like if you want a longevity in something, right?
100%.
Do you feel like your skill set with tattooing, you just get better and better?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like anything else. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get.
With anybody, you know what I mean? You just skin time was what got you know what I mean got me to where I was at. You know, if I didn't tattoo as much, you know, you deal with different skin types. You know, you
Oh, I never even thought of that.
different parts of the body.
Yeah.
You know, like this.
You ever
is-
tattoo a penis?
No.
You want to?
No. Pass on that. I know who has.
Yeah.
This famous story. You gotta go
what-
down. You gotta go down to the Vatican, and we'll tell you. You know.
Oh,
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not that I've seen it.
Yeah. Not that you asked to help, but you know what I mean. Rick was volunteering in the lobby. He's like, hey,
You guys
need
need
you guys need an extra helper over there? I got you. Don't trip. Fucking Rick. Like, nah, man, it's not that big.
Yeah. I brought some tweezers,
Yeah,
homie.
no, that shit hit like a fucking turtle from what I heard. As soon as that fucking needle hit the fucking tip, it was like, bloop.
If someone came in and said, I want this tattooed, would you say no?
You're gonna pay. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know,
Got it.
I'm a tattooer, and if they want to get a tattoo,
You done
fuck
like
it.
lip side of lips and shit like that?
Yeah, that's easy.
Does that
One day-
hurt? I don't have any of those. Does that hurt?
I don't know. I don't have any either, but
No?
from what I heard, it's not the most pleasant spot. But I'll be honest though.
What about butts?
Yeah, I've tattooed butts.
Yeah.
Tattooed.
No, like the middle.
No, not yet. I've tattooed inside the ass. You know what I mean?
Just
I've
throwing it
tattooed
out there.
Yeah,
Just trying to see what you can and can't do.
Well, we'll just say this: I've seen a very nice butterfly on someone's asshole, and it was a good tattoo.
Wow.
It was a good tattoo.
Was it a brown butterfly?
It was a black and gray. We'll say black and gray.
Okay, all right. We'll keep
Yeah.
it. Okay, it's fair enough. It's fair enough.
How much time do we have left? Are we good on time?
Yep, all good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, handle your business.
All right.
Good.
Because we're almost done, and then we can sit here and talk. I feel like I was.
I think we're doing all the talking right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We try to keep the podcast hour, a little over an hour, minimal. And
Okay.
the reason why I do that is because I feel like I want to create a podcast that I would listen to.
Yeah.
Meaning that like there's only got so many hours in the day. You know what I'm saying?
You got to make it appealing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't. A
100%.
3-hour thing here. I don't even know if could be entertaining for 3 hours.
No, we're not gonna
You know
sit.
what I
And Rick, I'm not gonna sit here that long with you. I don't got that much to talk about.
Yeah, and
But-
I'm not paying you.
Yeah, that's all right.
But yeah, so nothing's off limits with tattooing.
No, honestly, like, fuck, if you got the money, the thing is, it's not gonna be regular price. I'm not gonna fucking tattoo you in an area where I'm just like, oh, okay, it's gonna be just the regular. No, I'm gonna charge you what they would call a handling fee. And like, all right,
What is that?
like just whatever I gotta do with it, whatever extra. Like if I got a tattoo inside a girl's ass, I'm like, I'm not gonna. If it was 600, now it's gonna be probably 1,500. You know,
Whoa.
yeah, you gotta get your money's worth.
Yeah, absolutely. Crazy.
Look at that, Rick.
Looks good. You know, when I grew up, I see young kids getting tattooed a lot, and I talked to my son about this. And back in the day, if somebody let their kid get a tattoo that was young, he would go to jail.
Yeah.
Legitimately go to jail. And there were some states that wouldn't allow certain things.
Well,
I don't even know this.
California don't let you tattoo your kid until 18. The only one that is you go to Nevada or Arizona. And I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, I heard somebody as young as 14 get tattooed, and I was just like, well, that's
That's a little too young.
too young for me. Like, dude,
Yeah, I
the
mean-
motherfucker don't even know what he wants yet.
Okay, if you got tattooed at 14,
Can't even wipe his ass.
what would you have got?
Nothing.
Think about when you were 14, what would you like the most?
Fuck, I don't know. I really don't know.
I would have probably got a tattoo of like a Pop-Tart or something.
Yeah, honestly, I probably, fuck, I don't know.
You know what I mean? A Pop-Tart and like a break
I'm
dancer.
trying to think when I was, what was I into?
What were you into at 14? I was right into. Huh?
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I was about to say. You know, I was to say that or Ninja Turtles, but no, Ninja Turtles was way too young.
Fuck that! I want to get
I'm
a
an
Ninja
idiot.
Turtle now.
I'm an 86 baby.
The next one we do, let's do a Ninja Turtle, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
On a BMX.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh, see?
Don't twist
Something
me.
good come with
Don't
this.
twist my arm. Yeah, we'll do number 2.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot more that, you know what I mean?
Let me ask your opinion about this, even though I probably already know the answer.
What?
People that go under anesthesia to get tattooed.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I do not want to talk about that. That's some.
It's the most pussy-ass shit ever.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Break it down.
That's some fucking pussy ass shit. That's it.
But say it again. We both got to look at the camera.
You guys are fucking pussies. That is some pussy ass shit. Come on now. Just go get a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Go get yourself, you know.
Ed Hardy that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's
Ed Hardy, though, he was an incredible tattoo artist,
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
he? He was like a legend,
the
right?
Best, the best.
Yeah. He just came up with a way to, brand himself.
You want to hear a funny Ed Hardy story?
I do.
My mom and my dad, my dad was good friends with Ed Hardy, and they went out to go eat at a sushi restaurant. And my mom's from East LA, you know what I mean? She's never used a fucking pair of chopsticks in her life. So they're all at this fancy restaurant, and my mom was like, Mikey, I was sitting there with everybody, Ed Hardy, your dad and everybody. They brought all this sushi, and they brought everybody out with chopsticks. And I was the only one that asked for a fork. I started laughing. She's all like, I will never forget that. I'm like, man, Mom, I go, you couldn't at least try? She's like, no, Mikey, I just didn't want to drop it. I was so embarrassed. I'm like,
that's
oh
funny.
my gosh, Mom. But yeah, it's fucking.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's why, honestly, I would never get caught slipping, not knowing how to use chopsticks.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you better.
They make them now where they put a little rubber band on them. If you don't know
No,
what
that's like training wheels, man. Training wheels on fucking chopsticks.
Yeah, so yeah, it is. So getting knocked out and getting tattooed is the most wackest.
Oh, that's some pussy shit. You know what I mean? That's like
you want it, but you don't want to like go through to get it. Like you want to just brag about, I got my back piece.
Well, the only thing that I can see, honestly, is these guys are short on time. They're like, oh, I gotta get it done because I'm not gonna, But dude,
nah, they got time, bro.
Dude, tattoo's a journey. You know
I
what
work
mean?
my ass off nonstop. I still find time.
Yeah, exactly.
Come
like
on.
if you want it.
You can't make excuses for famous people. I'm not a fan of that.
Nah, you know what's fucked up is that my favorite fucking football player, Max Crosby, went under. Max, he's still badass, but goddamn, man, why?
What did he get tattooed?
His whole fucking chest plate, all his portraits and everything. And the reason I knew is because it wasn't really big.
Wait, is he Raiders?
He's a Raider, yeah. He's a Raider, man.
That's right.
Yeah, Raiders. That's for you, Nelson. My boy Nelson. I know he's gonna watch the whole thing. He's gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, Mikey."
Yeah, he loves you. Yeah.
No, honestly, I got a lot of true homies, and I got some that I built along the way, and then some that I've kept for fucking over 30 years.
Yeah, but that's kind of how life is.
Yeah.
Everybody's like that, right?
Yeah.
You kind of pick out as you get. Let me tell you this much: you get my age, they get less and less. Because then,
well, honestly,
heartbreaking thing is when you think you know someone for a long time at my age, and then you realize, damn, and you realize, well, I just lost that friend. That friendship's changed, and it's like, whoa. Because you get less and less friends when you get older, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So hold on to them. You know what I mean?
There you go, Rick.
What's
Check that out. A little something. You come back, we'll throw some shading in. I didn't,
You want to shade it right now?
I think honestly, it's kind of like the way.
Yes. I like
Yeah.
it like that.
Yeah.
Pan up.
Hey, there he is. You just need a bag of gold now. Fuck yeah.
Listen, they used to call these things job stoppers.
Oh, let me get this. Sorry.
This
yeah.
is the water right here. Got to get some of this good stuff. Yeah, this would be considered a job stopper, tattoos.
Yeah.
But in my case, I got more jobs the more I got tattooed.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? Things
Yeah.
change.
My look used to be cool. You know that, right?
Still is.
Now I look like I'm a crackhead.
No, you don't. That's what you should. No, you don't. Stop. Stop it, man. You know what I mean?
So we were talking with Jeff, and he was like, he brought up something. So I'll ask you on camera.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything that you wanted to tattoo, or is there anything you were like, I ultimately would love to tattoo this?
Well, I just want to start
that
working
you
on.
haven't yet.
I just don't want to start working on bigger projects, like names on the back, lettering on the arm, like just big projects.
Like a back
Like
piece.
a big back piece. You know what I mean? Like I just finished Tony Bermucci,
Oh, I
his
know.
daughter's leg.
So you did the whole leg?
We did the whole leg. I bet we've been working on that for 2.5 years. You know what I mean? So things like that don't just happen overnight. I see people go into a shop and they're like, oh, I want a sleeve, and they want it all done in one fucking setting. And I'm just like, dude, how much detail can the person actually do in that amount of time You know what I mean? And just to get it all done. It's like, to me, it's like you don't do the person any justice.
No, you don't.
Fuck no. Like
No.
my whole bodysuit that I have, you know what I mean? Now I say whole because I still got parts that I got to do, but I've been working on my shit for 18 years.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And look at you. How long have you been getting tattooed for?
Yeah, it's for me. Realistically, I've only been tattooed the longest 3 hours.
Uh-huh.
After that, man, I just kind of like.
I did 6.
That's the longest you've been tattooed?
Yeah. Well, this one, the one Freddie did on my dad, this one's still cool. You can see it.
Oh, that's dude,
Yeah,
Freddie's.
that's it right there.
It's a badass
That
tattoo.
that right there, man. That's that was probably
So
7
good.
hours. You know what I
7?
mean? Yeah, maybe 6-7 hours.
How many? Okay, let me ask you on the flip side. How many hours have you tattooed straight
Oh, I
that
did.
you can go?
Well, honestly, I did Friday the 13th. Did 16 hours.
On
tattoo.
one tattoo or
No, we're just doing multiple. I tattooed from 12 o'clock in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Don't
the
you
next
reach a
day.
point where you're just afraid you're gonna fucking mess a tattoo
I told the
up?
dude. I told
Like
him
you
that-
just get like
no,
fucking mind in your
no,
head. Or
I
something?
couldn't see no more. Like my eyes were just like shutting, and I felt bad because the dude got out of work. He got there at 2 o'clock, signed in. We fucked up because the first one we did, we didn't turn off the fucking we didn't shut down the sign-in sheet. Everyone was just coming in. You came in at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna get tattooed.
Wow.
But we had about 3 or 4 of us that day. We were just like all youngsters. Like, fuck it.
Okay. How many? Okay, how about this? How many hours have you worked on one tattoo?
One tattoo. Okay.
Let's say. Because
That
you
was
said a big
at
project, say her leg.
Well, that was the whole back piece. I did some dude's last name Alvarez. That was at the Laughlin convention. Yeah, and that was about 12 o'clock to about 10 o'clock at night.
How
So
do you
10
keep-
hours.
How do you keep your psych though, dude?
Fuck, smoke breaks.
I guess, man.
Well,
I'm just
not
thinking of-
nicotine, you know what I mean? I gotta smoke that sticky icky. That gets me going, you know what I mean? If
No.
you know me.
there you go. I was just thinking that like if I was because I did a brief tattoo on JoJo Ackerman.
Uh-huh.
And I did Stay Rad with the bike under his arm.
Are you
right here.
tattooing me next or what?
I would love to tattoo you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
I
do
don't know.
something.
Yeah,
But
I'll wear my
I
little
got,
shorts.
Dude, I got anxiety though, bro, because I was like, you move, you know, you got the machine, you move a little bit, I can't. You think I could erase it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can never do what you do. I can never do it. I don't have the patience. For
Trust me, I'm telling you, you go back to my first pieces, I'm just like, okay. But I was able to fix them. But
Yeah.
trust me, that anxiety was there.
Yeah.
I still carry that day that I did my first tattoo.
Got it.
And I'm just like, fuck, okay. Every day you build.
Yeah.
But the way I look at it is that to become great, like for instance, this tattoo, the next one I want to do it 10 times better.
This is sick, dude.
And
I'm
then 10
stoked.
times better. How long did that take?
30 minutes.
See, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
30 minutes.
That's a
to have
record right
to
now.
have a job stopper for life.
Yeah. I think the job stopper might have been the one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the face.
Well,
and
that's
the
what we
neck.
get now. All these young kids want to come in. They're like, "Oh, I want my first tattoo." The motherfucker wants it on their face or on their hands. I'm just looking at them like, dude, like,
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. If you did your face or your hands in different states back in the day, different states didn't let you do different tattooing.
Yeah.
It was against the law. I actually remember I got tattooed in Oklahoma when it was against the law in someone's house.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, it's just like, it just blows me away that like these young kids are just, the parents are allowing them and they're allowed to. But that's
it's
the old
more
school.
acceptable now.
I get, that's what, that goes
It's
back
just
to the
straight,
TV
it's straight
thing.
out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got all these people, these idols that people look up to. You know what I mean? And they have tattoos, so it's just more acceptable. You got doctors, lawyers, cops. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just, to me, it's all about, you know, just the placement. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's like, for instance, me, if I'm a tattooer, I'll fucking tattoo anywhere I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to tattoo my face, and at the end of the day, it ain't gonna stop me
Yeah.
from doing what I do. But that's one thing that my dad always told me.
What?
He was like, don't ever fucking tattoo your hands or don't ever tattoo your face. But this was before I was tattooing.
I get it.
And he's
Do
like,
you have your hands?
no.
No, or your face? No, on your face.
Yeah,
No.
my hands, my face.
I got both. You're making me feel like shit. Thanks.
No, but hey,
Thanks
you're
a
a
lot,
fucking,
dude. No,
dude, you're a
thanks.
fucking biker.
Thanks. No,
Go
no,
on,
it's
look
cool.
at, but look at this is how
I am
you.
a crackhead.
This is how no, that's how you know that you don't give a fuck and you're set for life. That's what that's what my dad told me. My dad's like, dude, it's all, if you know you're set, and you know you're set with your career, and that's what I mean by set. You know, you're a BMXer, dude.
Yeah.
You
that's
gotta
true.
look like that.
Yeah, I got
Come on,
it.
can I imagine you with no fucking tattoos? You know what I mean? Like,
I'd be another just still white dude.
yeah, you know what I mean? You'd be like these. You would be like what we call these flower pot tattooers.
No, I would have this beautiful, amazing personality, but no color to go with it.
Yeah, no, fuck
You know?
that. That's why I trip out like dudes that tattoo. That got no tattoos. I'm like, how in the fuck do you even know? Okay, your work's great, but like, I don't know. It just.
Oh, you're
I
saying
can't-
dudes that tattoo that don't have
that have no
tattoos.
tattoos on
Yeah,
them.
that is weird to me because I kind of like
no tattoos.
That's kind of like, hey, I'm gonna be your trainer. It's like,
But you're a fat ass.
no, not even that.
I'm just saying that's the metaphor.
Or who
Yeah.
have you trained that's become successful?
Yeah.
Meaning in the sense of like, say, football.
Yeah.
With my son, it's like, okay, this guy's a trainer. What has he done? Oh, he played high school football. Okay. What's this guy done? You start to do your research.
Yeah, of course.
So like, if you've been there and played the game and you've done it, you're at a level that's high, and help people get to higher levels. If you're a tattooer when you have no tattoos, to me, I'd be like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, yeah, because first
That's
of
what
all,
that's what I would feel like. Does this guy even know what he's doing?
you know what we do?
No offense.
We get
it's just-
tattooed and we're watching. This is prime real estate.
Oh, I watch because I feel like it's
To
gonna
learn.
go quicker.
Yeah.
When you tattoo me,
well,
like,
that's
if I
yeah.
watch,
That,
it'll go
well, because
quicker.
mind over. You know what I mean? You're putting your mind to where it's at.
Yeah, yeah.
But like for instance, us, we get tattooing. Someone's tattooing a rose on me. I'm gonna be watching them, especially if I'm a tattooer. I mean, I'm gonna watch their method. I'm gonna watch. You know what I mean? It's learning. That's what we do.
Have you ever been like, I do it different?
Fuck no. I ain't nobody to say that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I say tattoo.
You know, tattooing, you can look at someone's shit and be like, that's homie's.
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you
oh
just
yeah.
know.
You could tell when it's. You know what I mean?
Like people could look at your lettering and go, that's Mike Brown Jr.'s lettering.
Well, yeah. We had a similar situation.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, we would just say we had a similar situation where they knew it was my lettering. You know, hey, it's all about the flow. You could see the energy. You could see, I don't know. I have a specific style.
I
you
guess
know?
like that with painting, painters and like different
Yeah.
people that like can, that's a Banksy or that's a Van Gogh.
Well, it's like
or
if you see
something.
Big Sleeps. You know what I mean? You know Big Sleeps is lettering.
Yep.
You know, you see retina. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's in my eyes, everyone always has their specific style. You know what I mean? You create your own shit. You know, and that's the best part about art. It's like you're not just on one platform. You could just go in any direction.
That's why you probably feel like you never really made it.
Yeah, well,
Do you ever feel that way? Like for me, I never feel like I've made it in anything that I've done because I
it's
feel
so
like
wide.
I could always be better,
Of course.
or I could always learn something more.
That's the best, to me, that's the best position to be in because you're not stable and you're not just stuck in one fucking position. You're like, you have the potential to grow. And then when you want to stop, you stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I work with Freddie. Freddie's fucking still learning from the young guys. You know what I mean? Versus you got other older guys that, you know what I mean? I'm not going to mention any names, but that are fucking stubborn. That don't
Oh yeah,
want,
because Freddie
that
keeps
don't
an
want-
open mind to want to
Yeah,
keep
dude.
learning. Yeah.
Freddie's honestly, he's the fucking grandmaster, dude. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of, but lay down the foundation, and at the end of the day, if he's still learning and he's still growing and dude, he's one of the best in the world or the best.
Yeah.
That's my example. You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Like you can never stop growing.
Are you gonna smack my tattoo?
A
Just give it a little like pat.
little one?
Just
All
give
right,
it-
just because you said. There you go. Just make sure you now. Here, let me spray with some alcohol.
I don't do it.
Dude,
Hey,
Gator
listen,
did. Gator
inter-
did that shit when Asa did my fucking ribs. Dude, he went like that. He's like, "Are you done?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, and I was laughing. He was mad at
Dude,
me.
those ribs are gnarly.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
this thing.
That spot's rough.
Oh yeah, baby. This baby right here. Oh. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, but not when you get alcohol sprayed
No,
on
I
it.
don't do anything with my. Anyone out there, you would take care of. Like I'm hunching over.
Yeah,
like,
what are you
like
doing
a
over
little
there?
troll, old
What are you
man.
doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Sneaking in that fucking couch over there, or what?
Yeah, sneaking. No, I don't do anything with my tattoos. I don't put anything on them.
Yeah.
But you should. You should like
You
know,
should moisturize it.
I don't do anything.
My
I
homie
never
Nelson-
ever have done anything.
My homie Nally, yeah, Nally, I get on you all the fucking time. You never put shit on your goddamn tattoos, but they heal great.
Who's that?
I would.
Who's that?
Nelson, my childhood friend. Why not? I would say I.
Oh, he's listening. That's why.
Yeah, because I know either he's listening or he's gonna watch it. That's my boy. He'll watch it from beginning to end. You know what I mean? And
I look like a little
yeah,
kid
Nelson,
in
I
a
love
shirt.
you, homie. My brother from another mother. That's right, boy.
Exactly.
But I hit that motherfucker doesn't put shit on it. And
I
I've
don't
done a
put
lot
anything
of
on
work
mine.
on it. Yeah, but look, it looks good.
I don't put nothing on it at all. Nothing.
If it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
recommend it.
Naturally rad, bruh.
Damn right.
Yeah. So,
So
what's
the-
next? So what's next for you?
For me,
Yeah, like what do you got? Do you got any trade shows coming up? Any conventions? any-
conventions, I think we're going to be at Golden State. Incon, I think we're taking a year off this year from what I heard. And then we're going to get things, we're going to go extra hard next year, which is Freddy's convention. And yeah, honestly, I'm open to whatever. I'm open up I want to do a lot more guest spotting this year, different shops. I really want to get to Hawaii. Like that's, if you know me, like that's what I've been talking about for years. I just want to get over there.
Oh, just a tattoo?
Not to tattoo, but I just want to get back on there, going back to where my dad worked. You know what I mean? That's where where his roots are at.
That's the thing about tattoo artists is that you could like guest spot at a shop.
Yeah, you could travel. You know what I mean?
You
Go
could
anywhere you
all
want.
you need is a backpack.
You
That's
need a
it.
backpack. You know what I mean?
Your
Fucking-
needles and your ink, and that's it, right?
You buy that, you could get that shit shipped to you, or
Yeah.
use somebody out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. The way I look at it is tattooing is way more flexible now, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. That's all I
Awesome.
can say. You know what I mean? Like, I wake up every day, and I used to bust my ass, and fucking the job didn't give a shit about me. You know, they wanted to fire me because I was being safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was so sad. You know what I mean? That's what really pushed me kind of like, you know what? I didn't even hit him with the 2-week notice when I left. I hit him with the next day. I went Thursday, and I said, you know what? Tomorrow's going to be my last day. And they were like, what? They wanted to get rid of me. I was the highest leading in overtime. But
Wow. That's
I was,
at Home Depot, right?
That was in Home Depot HD Supply.
That
But-
could be my next tattoo for you.
Yeah, I'm
The
down.
HD Home
HD will
Depot.
put a big you know HD did me good. HD did me good, but
That's the
it,
tattoo.
It was
HD
hey,
did me good.
But you know what? What
That's
I
a
did
song.
no, what I did it for was my customers. Like all my customers over there, I used to cover Irvine.
Got it.
You know what I mean? They all loved me when I was absent, when I was gone. They were like, Mike, where are you at? And I'm just like, okay. And I had let them all know, you know what, I'm going on to my next journey. But it was the upper people. And they didn't appreciate me. And I was like, dude, I give them 110%.
Yeah.
Shit
same-
on me
same
every
old-
shit
same
on
old
me every
story. I
fucking
get it.
day. So when I had
So now you're more in control of what your shit. What you're
yeah,
doing.
fuck yeah. You know what I mean? You still have to do what you gotta do. You still gotta be disciplined. Still gotta get up every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
But-
even if it is at noon.
Yeah, you know, like if you know me, Late Night Mike. That's
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my name. They call me Midnight Mike. Freddie actually named me that, and a couple guys at the shop, Gator Vince.
Shops close earlier nowadays than they used to.
Yeah.
Like
not
by,
me.
by
Not
10
me though.
o'clock, I mean, the shit's closed.
Not
I'm like,
me.
what's
Well, the
going on?
shop, yeah. But
Yeah.
if I'm telling you this, you pass
Used to
by
be like 2 or
Hollywood
3
Vatican.
in the morning, man.
Oh yeah, that was the good old days. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, shit changed.
Yeah.
Shit has changed, man.
It's changed a lot. So I think everybody should get tattooed by you.
Thank you.
I really do. And
I do
think
too.
If you're watching and you're of age and you know what you
Come
want,
down, come visit me, Hollywood Vatican.
Yeah.
Where is it at right here?
Hollywood Vatican.
Hollywood Vatican, baby.
And what's your Instagram and everything people
My
can follow you?
Instagram's Mike Brown, but instead of the E, it's a 3, so it's MIK3 BROWN. And yeah, you can my contact info's on there. You can just DM me.
Is that Twitter, Facebook, all the same
I don't have.
shit?
I honestly, I fucking
Just do Instagram?
I do Instagram. I barely got into TikTok. I'm trying to get people. I'm trying to build a team.
Well, also to anyone listening, and I had to say this clearly, if you're old enough to get tattooed and you know what you want to get, hit up Mike Brown because you go to them too. Like you
Oh
did to
yeah, yeah.
me.
You know what I mean? Like pretty much, yeah. It's like you know.
You go, but you go to the shop too. The shop is
the shop is my home ground. You know what I mean? Like this is the battleground. But you know, for a little extra, you know, we could make something happen. You know, I'm not. I can say this. I'm not. My options ain't closed. You know, it's like.
Yeah,
But for
absolutely.
the most part, this is my
But
is
for
my
the
home base right here.
experience, go to the Hollywood Vatican.
Yeah, you
it's
got to come
amazing.
see me there.
It's on the Strip in Hollywood. If you're listening, you're out of town. You're like, oh, I want to get tattooed. I want to go in town. I always want to be to Hollywood. It's the guy to see. You go to the Vatican on the Strip.
You're damn right.
It's an experience. It's fun.
We'll set
It's-
you up.
It's a good time.
We got good drinks there, a good scene.
It's just
Oh, what the hell? Siri's listening to me. See?
what is that?
It just picked up. I said Siri or something. See, she's listening to us.
Everybody's listening.
Is it almost
Hopefully,
that time already?
Hopefully, them watching are still listening.
I'm scared already. Let me get the fuck out of here, dude.
All right, we're out of here. We're out of here. Hey,
What's going on?
everyone out there, thanks a lot for watching. And before we go, I just want to say thanks again to the guests, homie, legend, Ripper.
I wouldn't say legend, you know what I mean?
No, you're not legend
in,
yet.
I'm in shoes, you know what I mean? Like, but, you know,
Okay, legends.
I just have to say that, you know what I mean?
I don't
'Cause
like legend
I
either.
don't like that. I hear that, and sometimes I don't even repost stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, I'm me.
Okay, listen,
When
we
I'm,
have
when,
something
I'm,
in common.
when I'm 50, maybe.
Did you see the video in the beginning?
What?
It said the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, you know what?
The legend means you're dead. We talk about this every episode. I
Okay.
mean. We're not dead.
No, we're not.
Everybody
We're
ready?
rippers.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Rick. Love you, brother.
I love you too, man.
Fuck yeah, good time.
And thanks again for coming on. Everyone, follow him, get tattooed, and thanks a lot for watching the show. Tell your friends to subscribe. Stay rad. Ow!
Everybody ready? Come on, let's go.